Chuk, I wanted her to tell him about crossovers because I needed him to have that egg on his face that like, bruh, you was being played. You thought you had this big alliance. There was an alliance within the alliance that was not aligned with you, okay?
He thought he had so much power. Even the way he still went out the door talking about Lala. It's like, that's why Julie was like, she's in the house. You're out the house. Keep focusing on what Lala don't know. But she know enough to have kept her ass in his house. Welcome back in, everyone. This is Black Girls Talkin TV, where we bring the group chat to life and discuss all your favorite TV shows. Today is all about Big Brother 28. We are discussing week 5, Lala's HOH week. I am Victoria. I am one of your hosts, and I'm a psychologist.
And I'm Kamaria. I'm an attorney and a pop culture writer. And before we get into this episode, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell, and hype us up. Hype us up. And be in the comments.
And
let us
share
know
with
your
your friends.
thoughts.
We're trying to reach the Big Brother community.
All right, so headliner, Chuk goes home, okay? But let's rewind the week. The beginning of the week, Lala won HOH. After the wall comp, everybody was loving it. She won HOH, oldest woman to ever, I think oldest person. Yeah, right?
Oldest person to ever win
the wall comp, yeah.
And last week I had said, was she the first black woman to win, but it was actually Taylor. Hey, I don't even know. I was like, not the disrespect to Taylor. Duh. Like, that is such recent BB history. Completely forgot.
But Taylor won so many other firsts that it's like,
yes,
I can't believe that like she was just
she's
knocking him down.
A super icon, quite literally.
For real.
Yeah.
But yes, Lala won HOH, and this is the first time the power has shifted. Her targets were Kamu, Haleigh, and Chuk, all that good side, but she was kind of like the nominations were going to be Chuk, Barrett, and Drew, but Kamu got in her ear and flipped that stuff around, and then it became Haleigh, Chuk, Barrett. So those were the nominations at the beginning of the week. Kamu started being aligned with them. Also, as we see in the episode, a little aligned with the vets and stuff, or at least that's what was on the live feed. I'm not sure how much they showed in the episode. I can't remember. Sometimes stuff blurs. And then Kamu wins that veto. He keeps noms the same. Haleigh a little upset at it. Chuk a little upset at it, but they understand what's happening is that Kamu has left them. They're on their own. And then right before the end, there was this talk about flipping the vote possibly to keep Haleigh, because Haleigh was the target the entire time, but she wins the Blockbuster and the vote flip doesn't need to happen, and Chuk is eliminated. So where do you want to bite down first on this whole week that has happened? And side note, before we get to this week, please know that at the end we'll go over spoilers for this next week, but we're going to let you know before we get there so you can have time to exit. Right now, we're just going to talk about the week that's just passed, and that's it. So we'll give you fair warning before we get into this week's upcoming spoilers. So anyway, for last week, where you want to start?
Yeah, let's, for one, I just want to give a moment to Lala for winning that wall comp, because even though I knew before she won, like, because just keeping up with live feed spoilers, I saw the moment that, she won on different clips and stuff on TikTok. But when I watched the episode, I cried. I cried. I cried. It touched my heart. And I was just like, I just cannot believe that, like, in 2026, like, there's still these things that Black people, Black women specifically, like, there's just these rooms and doors that we can still just bust wide open sometimes. Just because, of history. And it was amazing to see, especially like to be her age and to be so in shape, especially coming off of all of this chitter chatter from like Mallory, who's constantly complaining about how vegetables are turning into high caloric foods because of the way Lala chews
soul food, okay, girl. Yes. Soul food. It's she ain't wrong, but it's also like, girl, cooked in.
Yes, I said we're gonna add a little dash of this and dash of that. Go steam your broccoli in that microwave. That's what you want, sister. But yeah, it's just so funny. It was amazing to watch.
That's funny. Let's talk a little bit about Chuk though, because like Chuk was annoying. Like they didn't put it in the episode that he first wasn't a nominee because she was like, for the culture, we ain't gonna do it.
Yes.
But Chuk got in that ear and Chuk was like, bruh, culture, like all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Like, and
Correct.
Chuk for sure.
Yeah.
It's not. Like, he really is not. So I'm glad they went around and put
Yes.
him up. I think somebody needs to go. Haleigh needed to be weakened. If Haleigh couldn't go, I think Chuk was a good, you know, he was a good
I agree.
alternative.
They literally have been, all three of them, walking around the house like their shit don't stink for the last 4 weeks. And so they needed this chin check for sure. Chuk, though, I definitely was like, here you go, trying to buddy up. All of a sudden, mama Lala this, mama Lala that. When you have literally sat in rooms while other people have talked shit about Lala, and you have added your 2 cents into conversations while others are talking shit about Lala. So it's like, let's not come around and think that you have influence, because I think that's what he said. She listens to me. Like, I can tell her not to put us up and I can keep us safe. No, actually you can't, because it's not just, oh, you're black, that means you're protected. No. When we say we want to protect us, it's because of community. It's that community feeling, and you don't bring that community feeling, brother.
Yeah, like, if you're not
giving that.
Yeah, if you're not bringing that, like, I'm looking out for you, you're looking out for me, no one's going to look out for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
This exactly will happen. You will get sniped out. So I wasn't mad at it at all. And I'm actually very glad that they pivoted on that, because I was kind of like, okay, I guess for the culture. Like, you know, I wasn't mad at them saying that, but also at the same time, the way the layout of the house was, it's like, either you're going to go straight for the vets and just go there, or you do have to, like, round him up with that rare corner, you know?
Yeah.
And I think Kamu, like, Kamu is making good, like, he's like making some moves.
Yeah, he had to wake up. He woke up. Yeah, after this lyric thing, he woke up. He was like, oh, okay, yeah, no, actually, I can't just skate by and think stuff is just going to happen the way that we call it. I think this was necessary for Kamu, because now Kamu, the player, is coming out and he's having conversations with people and he's making sure he's safe at the end of the day. And he, in comparison to Chuk, Lala is telling you, everybody is telling you, no, we see you guys as a 3. Same thing Lala tells Chuk, you are hooked to a sinking ship. You don't want to make moves to change the perception of that. You're going to go home. Point blank, period.
Because
Kamu was willing to do that.
Yeah, I feel like Chuk was... does he watch Big Brother? Was he like it's just
he don't.
Yeah, I know. Like, I remember seeing him on the live feeds talk about, like, oh my God, from producer standpoint, this has to be gold. It's like, yeah, not really. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Also, when Julie asked him the question when he was sitting there, and she was like, what did you do to prepare? You know?
Yeah.
What? I wanted her to tell him about crossovers, because I needed him to have that egg on his face that, like, bruh, you was being played. You thought you had this big alliance, the Tool Shed or whatever the heck they were. Babes, there was a alliance within the alliance that was not aligned with you, okay? But
yeah, I actually might watch his exit interviews. I usually don't, but I just want to see his reaction when he realizes the game, because, like, he thought he had so much power. Even the way he still went out the door talking about Lala, it's like that's why Julie was like, she's in the house, you're out the house, so something went wrong with your game. You keep focusing on what Lala don't know, but she know enough to have kept her ass in his house.
Yeah, and also it's like, we all knew, I think anybody who's a Big Brother fan knew Chuk is an early boot. You know what I'm saying? Or he's a drag to the end, but he's not even like Taylor. He's not even cognizant enough to be a drag to the end.
I didn't even tell his ass he stink. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, she on the live feeds, basically, if y'all hadn't heard, Taylor said we had to keep talking to him about, I guess, his grooming and his habits. It's questionable. I don't know if I would have done that, like, per se, but because it is what it is. It's like, it is what it is. I don't know. You would have.
I definitely would have. Yeah.
What, really?
Yeah. Now, yeah. And the thing is, I didn't see the first conversation she had with him, but there was another conversation because she mentioned it. But once Haleigh said, yes, I've also smelt you, I was like, clearly this is a thing you're permeating. You know what I'm saying? So at first I was like, dang, maybe, Taylor got like a keen sense of smell, that no one else is smelling. But Haleigh knew exactly what Taylor was talking about as soon as she said it. So therefore, your ass been thinking, and you need to go take a shower, manscape, do whatever you need to do, because you ain't doing enough. You ain't doing it now. I definitely would have told him we're in the
Really?
house 90 days together. I
Interesting. Yeah,
yeah.
I
I
definitely
might
wouldn't
have
have
said it
said
a little
nothing.
bit more gently. I don't know. I'm not even saying that Taylor said it. I don't know. I don't know. But something would have had to have been said. I just would have maybe had it private, not in front of Haleigh. Um,
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. But let's go back to also the vote lying, because even though that feels like eons ago, I don't think we discussed it in last episode because it was. I mean, our last recap, because it was. I
yeah.
think we discussed it in the spoiler section. So if you're one who doesn't listen
Mm-hmm.
to the spoiler section, you might not have known. But basically, D and Devon's. Oh no, Angela and D were like denying it outright, as you see from the
Yeah.
episodes. And Devon's was like, which was good that they split it up. But Devon's was like, I thought that's what everybody was doing. My bad. Like, just feigned sort of ignorance, because all of this a little lie. Like, I think that's what like D. She just kind of like drunk on power, and so she's
Yeah.
like playing very like, I can do what I want to do. And it's like not necessarily great. And I think it's gonna get her caught up. But who knows?
Mm-hmm.
She might be able to. If anybody can do it, play sloppy, not sloppy, but because it's not sloppy, it's more just recklessly. It's like purposely reckless. Um,
Yeah.
if anybody can do it and get out of it, I think it's her. I do. I will say that.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Kamu
Her and
is.
Devon's.
Yeah, I think Devon's, the way he responded to it was better, because it's just like, oh no, I thought it, like, last minute conversations, and it's just like a wash. Nobody was focused on Devon's. Everybody was focused on who are the
D.
two people who's lying, point
Yeah.
blank, period. And Haleigh, because she was so drunk on power. She and Chuk so drunk on power. I think that's one of those scenarios where it's like you have to understand who you're communicating with, and those are two people who are not going to let it go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like they're
no
not going to be
facts.
wash it, water under the bridge. Let's move on. Kamu, he immediately was like, all right, I need to see to figure out who I can trust. I'm not about to keep having this conversation. He wasn't really trying to, debrief it out. He was just like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, I can't trust y'all. I need to figure out where I fit next in my
Yeah.
position in the game, because the
Yeah.
game moves on.
Yeah.
Haleigh, it's really bothering me. I have to know. Oh my God, this is the worst week ever. I just, oh my God. Like, and it can't be Angela, because why would she do that to me? Playing victim, doing all the things like this ain't Big Brother. And I don't think D used enough of her intuition and foresight to think that through too much.
Yeah.
Especially also too, you decided to lie with Angela of all people, who once her conscience gets to where it gets to, whatever she wants to call it, now all of a sudden everything is getting blown up. So
I feel like that D and them, they don't think that Haleigh is a piece they will have to deal with long term. Like, I feel like they
yeah,
think that she's going to be gone at some point sooner than later. And whatever distrust that they have, earned by operating this way with her is gonna just be like, a little thing to deal with, but it's not gonna really bite them in the butt. I feel that's what I feel. But let's talk about this Haleigh Angela fight, because Angela unhinged. Like, first of all, you too grown to be acting like this. Come on, girl. Come on. She missed her crash. She missed
literally.
the crash out season of her young years, and she just like, oh,
She didn't
crash outs
miss it.
are acceptable
She
now.
was doing it.
You're
No,
like
she
pull
did.
a footage from the 80s, because
Yeah.
I know it's on some VHS. It's some crash outs.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, facts. Because it's like, if you ain't learned this at 50 something years old, I guarantee that when your frontal lobe wasn't developed, I know you was out here probably keying cars,
Okay.
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I was watching that like, girl, how did you go to 0 to 100 like that? And why is this such a pressure? This is your second time in this house, and you had to deal with all the backlash of your first crazy eyes crash
Yeah.
out. Why is you coming in here acting like this? I literally was, all I could do was roll my eyes, because it's just, it's
Yeah.
amazing. It's
Yeah, I
amazing,
think
quite honestly. Like,
I think she thinks that she's well liked. And then I also think
yeah.
she is liked for her antics. like she's a
Yes.
character, and there is a place for her in the BB fandom where fans are
Yeah.
like, I don't think she won that first vote because people love her. I think they know she's crazy. You know,
She
she's
causes
like,
chaos.
yeah, she
Yes.
causes chaos, and she's fun to watch because of that. Or she's like, fun to watch is I guess fun to watch is the best way to say it. It's not fun for me. Like, to me, it makes me roll my eyes, but I can't deny that she brings like a tension element to the show because she's so unpredictable, and so having her in is probably a better season than not having her in. So, because it gives you somebody to either love or hate or laugh at or, you know, laugh with or whatever she's a lane. She's just doing all the things, right? But it's like she really truly lacks accountability because how she could be the one to lie to Haleigh and then say she's so she's so torn up about it, and then she's turning around like F's and B's and da 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 F. It's like, okay, girl, she's a trip. She's just an entire trip.
Yeah, I am very weary of people who can flip switches like that on people instantly. Like, they go hot, cold. One moment, you're the best thing ever. The next moment, you know, it's like this devalue system that they're on, and they have to work their way back into your good graces, especially when you're the one who hurt the other person.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, watching that, like, this is kind of ironic because you got so mad at Jason for lying and being. Now, mind you, he used a whole different
Yeah.
thing. I get it. But just in a game sense, right? Like, he said, this is my game. I don't want, any tension, animosity, hate, X, Y, and Z. But it's like, you did it. And you want all of the forgiveness in the world. It's like, as soon as she came clean, she was just like, I want us to just move forward. And Haleigh was like, well, that's easy for you to say because you're the one who lied,
Yeah.
And then, like, he's asking Chuk for a hug, and Chuk is like, not right now. Let me clear my head. Let me get a moment. Even you deciding to tell them before they have to play the video. It's like, and she just kept saying, I'm trying to clear my conscience. I'm trying to clear my conscience. Like, that's the worst way to apologize. You're doing this for your own personal gain because of how you're feeling on the inside about your actions and not about the impact of your actions. And so, yeah, people like Angela, they just kind of, I'd be like,
stay away.
Kind of walk away from you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't be in company together, boo, because it's a little scary to me. It's just a little scary because I don't know
facts
what you're willing to do. And Lala came in there wanting to defend her, and Lala didn't even know the full story. You just hear Angela screaming, and you think that, like, honestly, Haleigh, low-key, she was calm the whole time. She didn't say anything out of the side of her neck or disrespectful. You mad that she now lying, saying you said it was D.
Yeah.
But you just lied to her. Like, she also now has a game she has to play, So,
yeah.
No,
I'm not mad at that from Haleigh. Like, I'm not mad at that from Haleigh. And at the end of the day, I'm not a huge fan of Lala sticking up for Angela because Angela is unhinged. It's like, you don't, women like her, when they're unhinged, you just gotta let them be in the messes that they create. You know what I'm saying? Because at a certain point, they start to spill over onto you.
Yes.
So I'll leave that right there. But yeah. Any other thoughts on this Haleigh Angela situation? I know they tried to apologize and make up, but it does seem that Haleigh's kind of like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, as we know, Haleigh won the Blockbuster, and the way she was giving everybody hugs, it was like Haleigh about to be on an island by herself, and she's okay with that. One thing I will say just about Haleigh, just in general, is she's not a good person to play with because she easily just, like, lays down, I think. Like, I don't know if she really has the fight in her for this game. It seems like she's easily exhausted by it all. She has said over and over again she has a great life through this week. At one point, I think she said that, she told Chuk, like, she would throw something, or she would go home so that Chuk could stay because she knows Chuk needs the money more than she does.
She should
It's
have thrown that Blockbuster. I knew Chuck wasn't going to win that Blockbuster because I was like looking at it. I was like, okay, who? Because it's just, I knew he wasn't going to win. But before I started, I was like, who's going to win? I said, I think Haleigh might win this. And just because her athleticism and she's a little smarter than Chuck. And I'm like, Barry's just kind of slow. He's giving slow, not mentally, but like slow, like moving. He's not a quick action person. And I was like, Chuck though, I'm like, mentally he's not gonna get, like, I gotta have a little finesse. I can't throw it so hard. Yeah. And so I knew he was gonna struggle with that part. I was like, if he got everything up there, he might be able to, get them balls down. But I knew he was gonna struggle with that beginning part literally before it happened. So I was like, dang. And I was hoping that Barrett would win because I wanted to see the showdown, because I wanted Taylor to be aware that the vets are they're coming for you. And so you need to be aware that they flipped. You need to be aware. I needed her to be aware. So I didn't like per se this outcome. Even if Haleigh stayed, I think it would have been fine. But maybe it would have been a little too firm of a like everybody's coming for you type of feeling, because Mallory and them would have had to have voted Melody, and so I think she would have felt a little ostracized, like, alienated by everyone. Her and Lala maybe, and Yash, if she if that had happened. So
although I think it would have
clarified,
unlocked another level of beast in Taylor, because she a little bit more eyes wide open, because I do think after this week Taylor feels like her stock is a little bit higher, because she was able to have a little bit more conversations and get information from people, with her being so close to Lala and Lala being in power. So like this entire week just watching Taylor, I was just like, girl, you cannot get too comfortable, you can't get too comfortable, you can't be spilling too much, saying too much. You got to just be more. I wanted her to just be a little bit more observant this week, instead of like leading so many conversations and talking so much. But I mean, they're talking about it. They're saying, she's smart and
and I think it's like because she's coming for the icons, like that's basically her angle. She's like, they need to go, the vets need to go, and D has caught up on that. And that's, I think, what spearheaded, like the episode showed it more so that it was like Devin's spearheading this vote flip. But D was really interested in this vote flip because she was just like, if Haleigh's here, she'll go for Taylor and them. But in reality, I think Haleigh is still going for D. And maybe Angela too, pretty much. But I'm not trying to say she's a fan of Taylor and Lala, but yeah. So I'm not sure if that was the best move for them, but we'll see, because I don't put it past D to be able to win Haleigh back over,
Yeah, no, I was actually kind of surprised in that same way, because I was just like, no matter what, D, you are on both there. You've made an enemy out of both of them. So it don't really matter for you specifically in your game. I think she thought because she's close to certain people, like it would keep her safe. But I'm like, no, you are you are one of the targets, if not the target, if either one of them come into power with an HOH. So I don't know why she did that, but maybe I think because she also has that power, like she could persuade Haleigh a little bit more or something. I don't know.
I think it's the Kamu Chuk. I mean, the Kamu connection. I think she thinks that Haleigh is Kamu's closer to Haleigh, and she has been rebuilding her bridge with Kamu. That's part of it, like. She's been rebuilding her bridge with Kamu. Like, she told Kamu about her power. Like, Kamu seems to be good with her. And even on the live feeds, he was saying something last week about how he recognizes that Taylor and D are kind of trying to come for each other, and he wants to work together. And so he's just like, we got to stop them from going at each other, But they both are very much looking at each other, Taylor and D. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm here for Taylor. Like, I need D, because like D,
straight up.
She came in with too much too much power, like too much power.
Yeah.
Her, Devon's, like I like them, but I want to see them out of here. I want to see them out of here. I want to see a new person win this. They are here for entertainment value in my mind only, you know?
I think the hard part about having these icons, especially when you have Drew and Barrett, I think Drew and Barrett keep looking at them as people who will never win next to anyone else because they'll feel like the jury will vote against them. But I'm like, at the same time, though, they are in front of the moves. Like, Drew and Barrett, y'all can't sit next to an icon and when it's time to explain your game, think, and say, oh, well, D already has $1 million in the bank, so vote for me. Like, you have to still be making moves, and you're not doing that. Like,
I mean, they're making moves, but
last week for Lyric, they're not making big moves. They're just in conversations, in my opinion.
I think they're making moves, but I think that they're making cowardly moves, and those cowardly moves are why they suck. Like, I am back to, like, Barrett, I don't think Barrett can redeem himself for me. Like, Barrett is on my
Barrett
shit
is
list.
Playing terribly.
He's
such a super fan. It's ridiculous.
I mean, he's playing his rat floater game. Like, you know what I'm saying? He could, who was, I can't even remember. It was a season 15. He was the winner. Andy, that was his name. Andy. I think he was season 15, I believe, if I remember correctly. Andy won. And it was a rat floater game. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what Barrett is trying to do. Especially now that he has,
he's gonna win that with this group.
Oh, I mean, personally, I hate a rat floater game. I think that was a particular season, season 15, that it had a lot of hateful people on there, you know? And he sat next to a unlikable person, Gina Marie, I think. And it's just like, I don't think that's this season, unless it's Haleigh. Unless it's next to Haleigh, you know what I'm saying?
But Haleigh, even in the last episode, Haleigh had people saying, I actually kind of feel sorry for her. So I don't know. Like, there's still so much game left. Like, she is unlikable for sure. I don't think there's any way she could win. I just don't think this game is going to be a floaters game.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
I think Barrett, with this group specifically, not saying that it can't happen. Yeah, I think this group specifically is not going to vote for that, especially if they keep having these icons around. The icons are going to work the hell out of jury for whoever they want to win. Yeah. So at the very least, they need to step it up. They just need to step it up. They need to step it up.
I do agree. I'm just saying, like I think that Barrett, he has to have an unlikable cast, I think, to get. That's what I'm saying for this rat floater game to win. I think, especially all the people, the facts, you know, that minus Drew. I guess he half a fap, him and Drew. But I guess the Mallory side of it, I don't think they're. Now I gotta backtrack. I'm wondering if Mallory and Melody would vote for a Drew. Not a Drew, but a Barrett at the end if he was next to like an icon. I'm like, I don't even think they would. I think that they would vote for an icon.
Well, personally. They said on the live feeds, from what I understood, that they wouldn't vote for the icon. But I'm like, you guys are saying that now when it's time to talk about all of the moves that you guys didn't know about, the conversations y'all didn't know about. You're not going to just give it over to Drew, especially because it's like, even with Drew and Barrett being there, they have not even put themselves in a position to keep Mallory and Melody safe. I think it appears that way right now, but when all the truth comes out and it's time to have all these conversations that happen in jury and X, Y, and Z, they're going to see, oh, actually, it's all by the hands of the icons that I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like they think that they're safe, and like, of course, there's still a lot of game left, but I feel like if they don't start ramping it up, they are losing their winner potential for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I just personally think that it's the cowardliness that's causing them to lose their winner potential, you know? Like, if they literally just firmly got onto the side of Mallory, Melody,
whatever they call it.
And even because now it's like these three sort of sides of the house. It's like the Taylor,
Yeah.
Yash, Lala. It's the Fap side, and then it's the icons. And there's now, I guess,
The minorities. The
I don't have something.
well, quite literally, it's like the minorities. You got what they call them, four American people,
Yeah.
and then you got the icon.
But yeah, no, it's a lot going on with all of that. So I do feel like the way things are set up now, it's a triangle. So
Yeah.
it's kind of, and then it's like, where is Kamu? Because Kamu seems to want to be with the Yash Taylor side of it, but also he's all with the vets a little bit. And I don't know where he's gonna ultimately end up. I feel like he'll end up on the Yash Taylor side of it, but I don't know.
I need to see what he does with this information about D having the power. I'm hoping that he spills it to Taylor, or to Yash. I feel like both of them would probably keep it within themselves. Can't tell Lala because Lala might go tell Angela
Yeah,
child.
yeah,
But I do.
yes. Oh my
Yes,
god.
I need to see what he does with that information because I did also see that he's starting to realize like, oh, actually everything is falling apart because of D. He's having a conversation with Yash, and I can't remember who else is in the room. It might have, was it Drew? I can't remember. But either way, he's saying like he's realizing all of this crumble is coming because of the icons. And he's like, I just sat back and realized I had one conversation with D pitching her an idea, and the reaction she had was like almost the same reaction that she has when Lyric pitches her something. Like she's agreeable, and so she's saying yes to all of these things. So he's starting to, I think, like catch on to the patterns and things that are happening. So I hope, since D has decided to impart this information on him, which I didn't think was a good move on her behalf, while he's like scarred and stained at the moment and feeling a little bit alone in the game, I hope he uses it. To be quite honest, I hope he says something.
Yeah, no, I do too. I do too. Because, like, this is the thing, what I think is the difference between Survivor and Big Brother is that I think these little flashy moves, like in Survivor, and these quick moves, one, are, it's a shorter game. So it's like, it's easier for it to be, shoom, they're out, next move. And, you know, we're trying to figure out, your head is always on a swivel. So it's like, we don't have time to really sit and digest the fact that you just did me dirty, dirty, dirty. It's like, I might need you because tonight's the vote or whatever.
Yes.
So
what they call them voting blocks.
Yeah.
Every time it changes, you just got to be on the right block every single time.
The appetite for a new age Survivor is to be able to move around. So for sure. And then also the fact that I think that they're used to that, like the boredom and the long weeks allows them to be like, let's do some shit. And it's like, it allows it to happen because I think they're just bored and they're used to, I'm not trying to say they're bored in this house, but I think like, this makes the game fun for them to be like, okay, we decide to do this thing and then boom, we're doing something else. So I think all that shit go get them caught up. They're just gonna get them caught up. I'd be surprised if any of them win. Like, but I think they're gonna make it to jury, or at least two of them. I think two of them will make it to jury.
Yeah. And I was surprised too that Dee wanted to do another vote flip. I'm like, girl, you can't be flipping votes after you just came clean about a vote flip. Like, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And Angela is a ticking time bomb. You need to give Angela time to rest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She needs to rest. She can't be a part of no more vote flips. If you do flip a vote, you need to make sure she's not involved. You know, but that's not going to happen because Devins is not going to allow that to happen because Devins wants to make sure he still has his relationship good with Angela at the very least. So I was
thinking that he's throwing her a little away, a little bit, but not like actively. But I think it feels like he's like, D, you me? Angela.
Yeah, no, he is, but I think he still wants to make sure he has trust with Angela because he sees what a lack of trust with Angela does.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like he's just trying to like massage that egg and make sure it just doesn't crack. He's like, I gotta keep it nice and safe in my hand, and he's like, it can't. I got to nurture and baby that thing. You know what I'm saying? So she's gonna know about most of it. Maybe not everything, but she'll know about most of it.
Yeah, no, facts.
While we're here, one more thing about Angela. I was like, girl, this is so just like high key, low key caring of you for D to say, hey, I'm gonna go and come clean, and then you be like, you know what, I'm gonna go come clean. Like, actually, I've been sitting on this, I've been sitting on my hands about this, and I need to go come clean. And now you are making the show about you coming clean when you know that D was about to go come clean to Kamu. It was just. She's so dramatic.
I mean, I just think that she was paranoid about everybody finding out and it ruining her game. I don't think that she was in any way trying to clear her conscience. Like,
yeah,
she just doesn't want it to come back to bite her, and she wants to get ahead of it. I mean, she said as much even in her confessionals. She was like, I'm, trying to get ahead of it. One thing that did come out in this episode was the power. Like, Mallory had the power, and well, she got voted for to go in there, and then she lost.
Yeah,
she got a punishment. Her and Melody. Look, I be mixing them up. Melody, yes, got Adam and Eve punishment. So I was like, these are skimpy bikinis. What if this had been Angela?
Very skimpy. I said, oh baby, if it was somebody else, they would have been in a one piece. Okay?
I know.
They said,
I'm like,
I wonder what it would have been for a man. Maybe some trunks. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no clue. But I know that if that was me and I was on the show, I'd be like, y'all gonna have to give me something. I'm not walking around here like that. No, thank definitely. You. Give me some fig leaf shorts, okay? I'm gonna need a little halter, you know what I mean? Fig leaf thing. I need it covered. You know what I'm saying? I can have a little stomach showing, but they had them out there all day, all night. I ain't like that. You know, they look lovely. You know, they both work out, but also like, it's not, my body's not for everybody all the time. You know, especially not on a damn punishment.
Yeah, and I was thinking too, this is a family show. Like, we don't need to sex it up in here. You know, like, give them some appropriate clothes to wear.
Yeah, no, facts.
You got Drew over here just slurping and gurping and all that he was doing in his mind over his girl being in a bathing suit all day. So I love this punishment. Why it gotta only be 48 hours? It felt like longer than 48 hours that they had that thing on.
Yeah. But I think it's just because there was a lot of discussions and they were not necessarily in them because they all tethered to each other. But I was about to say something. Oh yeah, the votes. Okay, so this week, like, who you think getting it? Okay, because
I think it's gonna be Taylor, because last week everybody was voting Taylor or Mallory. So I think this week it'll probably be Taylor.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna vote Taylor. I think like I said before, I made a video. I was like, Taylor is gonna know what to do with it. So I'm really, I hope she gets it. I hope she's able to use it appropriately. I hope she gets a power versus a punishment, because I was like, damn. But Haleigh ass think America love her because one person was in the audience like pop 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 pop, like yeah. Like, I was wondering what that was. I was like, I thought it was Chuk at a time. I was like, is this Chuk? Is he? I'm like, do you recognize it's you going home, Chuk? Like, I couldn't tell who that was. It was so loud that I'm like, CBS needed to escort him out the building. I don't understand how that wasn't an immediate removal from the audience. He was too loud, like entirely too loud.
Yeah, no, for real. And be quiet.
Yeah.
You clap. That's what the signs say at the top. Applause.
Right. Yeah, but either way,
I don't know why she thinks anyone likes her.
Yeah. If anybody, Melody would get it over her. Like, Melody, Taylor, like
Yash, everyone with Kamu would get it over her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
facts,
a lot of people would get it over her.
Facts. Yeah, I think she would be on the bottom. She's consistently on the bottom of likability meters. Now, I don't know if she's risen a little bit with what was going on with her and Angela, because she actually did have an actual bad week this week for the first time. I don't understand how she was so in her head that she had such a bad week before, but I guess maybe it was the Rome argument situation that she just spread for, like, inked everything out of that, But either way,
I don't know. I think the fact that she keeps like putting herself in this like victim position, it's hard to empathize with her from what I've seen, just like in comments and stuff, because she's making it seem like her week is just the worst. Oh my God, just the worst thing ever, when she hasn't had to necessarily play the game. So
yeah. So anything else before we get into the live feed spoilers for this current new week?
No, let's get into the spoilers,
All
honey. Let's
right.
get to it. So, as you know, if you don't want to hear the spoilers in the next HOH, this is your time to exit. Hit that subscribe button, the notification bell. Drop your thoughts in the comments about this week, about Lala's HOH week, and we will catch you for next week.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
Spoilers. Headline: Yash is the HOH. Okay, and it was apparently. It was apparently the knockout competition, and maybe the icons got their wires crossed or whatever, based on like discussion about it. I don't know. I think we'll have to watch the episode to see exactly what the order was, but either way, Yash has won. He's looking to target Angela D, and he's gonna put Haleigh. That's who he's thinking. You know, we don't know, the nominations are not set, but that's the initial thoughts on noms. Not that Haleigh is a target, but I think he's looking at Angela more so as a target, maybe D as well, but definitely looking at Angela. D may or may not stay up there as a nominee. But Angela seems like he's definitely trying to look in that direction. And it seems like he's just kind of having Haleigh more so as a pawn. But also, worst case scenario, it's fine if she goes home because the house dislikes her. But yeah, that seems to be what he's looking at. Haleigh.
Angela don't need to be a target.
Yeah, who knows? I think definitely D should be the target. Now, there's thoughts around like, is Devin's gonna use his power? That like, cause you know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of the thoughts around things. And I think the fact that Yash is in so many different alliances with Devin's is what's keeping Devin's not on his radar. But yeah, it's giving that. I wonder if he's gonna use it. What do you think?
Yeah. Will Devins use it to save D? I don't know.
Well, D knows about it. And that's the thing. That's added pressure because it's like, all right, man.
But D has her own power.
Yeah, she does. But I don't think she's bribing anybody. What is it, $3,000 or $5,000? Either way, it's not bribing. I don't think she's bribing anybody to do anything with that. Not on this. Not on this. Maybe Barrett. Maybe Drew. You know. But yeah, there's that.
If I was Devins, I would be like, girl, you have your own power. So when you're out of powers, then we extend to my power to use on you. Otherwise, I'm still in this game and there's a lot of game left. So my power is going to be used for why?
I hope that he does do that. But I also think I kind of think he might use it, especially if she goes up. Survivor. But I don't know. I think he has to use it at the veto ceremony, and then he resets everything. I don't know. Honestly, I don't 100% remember.
He could pull somebody off, I believe.
Only one person?
Somebody else up. Yeah.
Only one person?
Yeah, it's not the whole block.
Okay, good. Because I thought he was going to be able to reset everybody. I've been this whole time thinking that he resets the whole week. Oh, okay. So Diamond Powder, a veto, not a HOH. Child, I've been out here with. Okay, that's good. That's good. One person.
Yeah, he gets to just pull somebody off, and then he also names the replacement nominee.
Okay. Yeah, I'm. Yeah, that's actually better than what I thought, because I thought he was gonna reset the whole week.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. But if he does use it and like to pull D off, right? Who do you think that he would put? I mean, I guess it depends on how the week goes, because it looks like he would
put up Lala.
You think? It feels like he might not waste it. I don't feel like he thinks Lala. I think he thinks Lala is coming for him, but I don't think he thinks that she's the biggest threat. You know, I think he still
put up there Melody or Mallory.
Potentially, because there's been a lot of talk about him looking at Fap a lot, and and they didn't put in the episode about how he asked Barrett and Drew. He's like, "So what's your alliance name?" And they told him. Did you see that?
I didn't see that part.
Yes, he came down. He said, "I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna go ask them." He said they're clearly a foursome because he's been looking at them, right? And he's like, "They're clearly a foursome. I'm gonna go ask. I'm gonna ask them what their alliance name is." Sitting there talking with Drew and Barrett, and he's like, "What's your alliance name with Melody and Mallory?" And then they like,
some damn fools.
Yes, and they're like, fuck ass people, for the American people, whatever we have to change the name, but it's Fab, blah blah. Goes all into it, and a little bit throws Mallory and them under the bus, just a tad bit, but not a ton. And then they clean it up a little bit later, talking about, but it's not, they're not coming for you. It's just really Taylor and Lala, blah 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 blah. And so I'm not 1,000% sure that he wouldn't go for someone like that, or depending on how Kamu starts to vibe with them or not vibe, he may go in that direction, or Taylor. Like, I think Taylor is for sure going up there before Lala. I don't think he's wasting a replacement on Lala at all, because I think everybody looks at Lala's HOH as Taylor's, to be honest.
Yeah.
Even Taylor be like, I gotta work for two, know? So I think that no way Lala's going to be the replacement for, if he uses it. I think it'll be Taylor, Kamu, Drew, or Melody, maybe Mallory.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be Kamu, because Kamu has a reverence for Devins. So I think Devins is the safe one for Kamu. So
yeah, I can see him. Kamu, I could see him not putting up Kamu as well.
Yeah,
but I do think.
But Taylor, the read on Taylor, I think yes.
Yeah. But also, speaking of Lala, though, it's now flipped around. This is why I said I knew, like, and I'm not saying that just because it's flipped around now. When it happened, I was like, Lala, you're doing a lot of going to bat for someone who has been known to be a messy person, in the wrong person, doing too much person. You don't go to bat for people like that. Like, you can be like, yes, pat her on the shoulder. That is tough. You can be her confidant. You can be her support, but don't go into her bully. You're wrong. You don't start making her enemy your enemy, because now that thing is full circle. She is, Haleigh is like going at her about her, calling her a bully, and how she's interacting with Lala, how she's interacting with Angela. And because I think, from what I heard, I didn't see this. Of course, I don't think any of us would have seen this, because I think it was off the live feeds. But I think, from what I've heard in terms of retellings of this, while production is doing, getting prepared for like the show or like competitions and stuff like that, everyone's up in the H room and they're not HOH room, and they're not supposed to talk and stuff like that. But Lala's like apparently like glaring at the fact that like Haleigh and Angela were seemingly buddy, and then Haleigh takes that as like, oh, you're out here, and it makes Angela cry. I think that's what it was. And so, or it makes her feel sad. Yeah. And so Haleigh's like, Lala, that's actually wrong. Like, you're out here trying to make her feel bad for who she's hanging out with, blah, 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 blah. And then it's just like this whole thing. And now it's full circle. Angela's sitting pretty again between the two of them. And they out here fighting battles that don't even have to do with them. And Angela is the person. So it's a little annoying. It's annoying on so many levels, because Angela is the culprit. They need to not be trying to defend her so hard. But it is what it is. You're going to have to learn your lessons. Lala and Haleigh, you too. Like, y'all going to have to just learn. Angela is not the one to be protecting. You know what I'm saying? She will stab you in the back again if opportunity presents itself, and it's better for her to do so. She just will, because she thinks sorry is a magical fix. And people like that are dangerous. Yeah. To keep around for your own,
Crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, no, I when she pulled her out that room, out the gym, I was just like, Lala, she'll never come to bat for you. So I don't even know why you doing all of that. So to hear that, and
I mean, she might
Yeah,
would,
that's
but then she
crazy.
also is like, I can see it because Angela's just messy. Like, she could be like, "That's wrong," and how you doing it? Blah, 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 blah. She could. I
Yeah.
don't doubt that she would defend Lala in something, but also might not. But also might stab Lala in the back. Also, you know what I'm saying? It's just like you can get anything.
won't.
It's like a slot machine. You can get anything with Angela. You
Yeah.
can get the defender. She can cut a bat for you. She could also kick your butt out the house. She could also backstab you. It's literally the slot machine. Anything is liable to happen. So it's not worth
Anything
putting
but
your
that.
energy into. You said what?
I said anything but that. Anything but her defending her.
I think I could see it. I could see it. Like, I could see it in a sense of, like, I could see it. Not saying she will, but I could see it under the right circumstances, you know?
I think in a situation like this, because Angela is a person who's out for personal gain, she sees, oh, okay, Haleigh is now buddy with me. I'm not going to mess that up. So if Lala is still trying to defend me or there's a conversation about it, she's going to just sit back and watch it happen. That is
in this
Angela.
situation. Yeah. I guess I'm trying to say that, like, I thought you meant like she would never come to her aid. I think she could theoretically and
oh no, unless she was on the right side of the house and had most of the votes and was in a majority alliance with her, I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just has to. It would have to be like a situation where, just like what happened with, like, you never would have thought that she would go after Haleigh in that situation the way she did. It'd have to be something like that where it's like where Haleigh does the wrong thing and Lala is the right perfect victim, and then that situation, I think Angela could be like, it's just too much. It's not fair. You know, she could get into her because in that space she feels in the right. I think she likes to sit on her like indignant horse. Yeah. She likes to be on her high horse. I don't know, but anywho, anything else that you want to talk about from the live feeds or this week, girl?
No, I think that is it. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, that notification bell, drop your thoughts in the comments, and we will catch you for next week's recap. Bye.
All right, bye.